Hello everyone, this is Professor Survi Agarwal and today I'll be talking about advertising and sales management. It is an MCOM subject which comes in semester 4 and the specialization is management. All of you must have seen various kinds of advertising on TV, outdoor hoardings, newspapers, must have heard about promotions of products and services on radio. So today we are here to understand more about what advertising and sales actually is, what are the terminologies in it, what are the jargons used. Okay, I hope students find it very useful. So just looking at the index now, basically we will be seeing the fundamentals of advertising and media, basics of advertising like concept, features, significance, classification, advertising, IMC, elements, behavioral model, Dagmar model, hierarchy of effects. Again, we will be listening about ad agency. So various functional departments, types, measures, gaining reasons for losing clients, evaluation criteria for selecting an advertising agency. Media, new media options, forms of digital media, media objectives, criteria for selecting suitable media, methods of self-setting advertising budget. We will have total 4 modules. So coming to the second module now, creativity and social regulatory framework of advertising, creative and research. So basically, what is the research that happens in advertising when it comes to copy, which is that one line understanding of the ad, print, broadcast, and digital media, pre-test, post-test methods. Society, socio-economic contribution and criticisms of advertising, professional courses and careers in field of advertising. Regulatory framework of advertising. So we'll be understanding what are the legal nitty-gritties that are used in advertising, the role of Information and Broadcast Ministry, self-regulatory bodies, Advertising Standard Councils of India, and Indian Broadcast Foundation. Third module is sales management. Introduction, sales management features, functions, and importance, art of selling, types, process, qualities of an effective salesman. Then sales force management. So basically, what are the employees required? What are the qualifications required for a sales force? The training methods that are required so that the advertising is effective, motivational factors, compensation methods, etc. Sales organization. So this is the last part of module 3. Okay, here the concepts, objectives, structure, and steps in developing a sales organization. And finally, module 4, which is sales planning and controlling. In this, there are 3 parts. One is sales planning, how to do the methods and limitations in sales, how to do sales controlling, basically quota, how much is the target, what are the factors determining sales, and recent trends, importance of customer feedback, sales management, data mining, and role of IT. Going to the next slide, first module. These are again the breakup of the module 1. We start with the definition of advertising for students. Uh, I hope that you all know that advertisements can be just oral communication, written communication, it can be visualization, it can be the 4 P's of marketing like product, price, place, promotion. So basically, it is communicating to the customers, making him explain what product we are selling, what is the price, what is the description, what are the specifications, etc. Advertising is a marketing communication that employs an openly so sponsored, non-personal message to promote or sell a product, service, or idea. Sponsors of advertising are typically businesses wishing to promote their products or services. Advertising is differentiated from public relations in that an advertiser pays for and has control over the message. It differs from personal selling in that the message is non-personal, not directed to a particular individual. So basically, there is someone who is giving the money, like even in between the serials or movies or in the background of the content that you are watching, whatever brands are displayed, whatever message is given regarding some product or service is sponsored. So if Lux ties up with Filmfare and it's Lux Filmfare, Lux has sponsored the advertisements and the maybe program content of Filmfare. So basically, these brands have the money to give it to the content that is being displayed, to the movies, to the serials, to web series, etc. And they want the money to produce it. So the sponsors or the brands advertise, they give the money, and the serials or the content creators produce their program with that money. Or they entertain the customers and they inform about products and services. The same thing happens before you watch a movie in a theater. Coming to the second definition, advertising is communicated through various mass media, including traditional media such as newspaper, magazines, televisions, radio, outdoor advertising, direct mail, new media such as search results, blogs, social media, websites, text messages, actual presentation of the message in a medium referred to as an advertisement, advert, or ad in short. Okay. Selling, if we define selling in one line, it is to give or hand over something in exchange for money. So basically, transfer of ownership. So if I have something and like a headphone and you tend to buy it and you give me the money for it. So I have sold it. Actually, in return of money, there is a transaction, there is a give and a take. In advertising, we are promoting a product or service, you are telling about it, you are coming to know about it, but probably you are not buying about it. The only benefit it creates is brand recall, and the sales team can also pitch that we have advertised it. So you can buy it, you are aware about it, but it is not giving you the money required. But selling actually gives you the money that is required. Going to the next slide. Okay. Here we see a little more about advertisements in details, because now we are entering more details about uh, the definition and which are the organizations that can use advertisement. So it's not necessary only a brand uses advertisement. It's not necessary that only a service uses advertisement. There are many uses of advertisement. So commercial ads often seek to generate increased consumption of their products or services through branding, which associates a product name or image with certain qualities in the minds of consumers. On the other hand, ads that intend to elicit an immediate sale are known as direct response advertising. Non-commercial entities that advertise more than the consumer products or services include political parties, interest groups, religious organizations, and governmental agencies. Non-profit organizations, NGOs, like you will see a lot of ads nowadays of NGOs, they are also promoting and advertising to get more money, right? Also, there are religious groups, government agencies, because they also need to advertise to sustain in the high competitive market. Lockdown has already reduced the income of so many organizations. Advertisement is the best way to garner that interest and attract the customers again. Advertising may also help to reassure employees or shareholders that a company is viable or successful. Modern advertising originated with the techniques introduced with tobacco advertising in 1920s. Most significant with the campaigns of Edward Bernays, considered the founder of modern medicine avenue advertising. Worldwide spending on advertising in 2015 amounted to estimated US dollar around 30 billions, which is a very big amount. And advertising projected in 2017 was 40 billion. So that means an increase by 10%. And on TV, it was 33.3%. On digital, it was 9% and 7% on magazines, and around 6% outdoors and 4.3% on radio. Okay. We go to the next slide. Advertising is as old as trade and commerce. It's not like that it's a phenomena of 20th century. Even from 16th century onwards, advertisement have been happening. The initial advertisement was carvings on stones by barbers or service givers, tool artists, and etc. Later on, it came on bark trees and the carvings on barks of the trees. So the ancient Babylonians and the Romans contributed significantly to the early growth of advertisement. The 19th century saw the introduction of magazines, which also grew into a big advertisement medium. The modern day of advertisement agency has its origin during that period, so it's as old as it gets. Starting as agents for newspapers, the agency diversified into other services such as copywriting and played the role of consultants to advertisers. This marked the beginning of the modern day full service and ad agency. The early 20th century was the golden age of advertising. The Great Depression of 1930s, because of the World War I, saw a temporary setback in advertising growth. Because of course, when there is a crisis, advertisement takes a back seat. Like in Corona, during lockdown, a lot of companies were just struggling to survive, how can they put budgets for advertising? So I hope these points are really clear, and we will proceed to the last slide for today. An advertising sales agent sells advertising space to businesses and individuals. They will contact potential clients, make sales presentations, maintain the potential clients, make sales presentation, maintain the accounts. Accounts in advertising means key clients, and often work under pressure to meet the sales quotas. They work in a variety of industries, which can include advertising, radio, television, and internet publishing. So, if we see that people in advertising have to work long hours, sometimes 13 to 14 hours, when a project has come, they have to give results. But gradually, they get free time when there are no projects. But if a client is given a brief, you are supposed to get back as soon as possible. So, it's a pressurizing job, almost like sales job. Only there is not much of field work, but you have to be very creative. You have to think out of the box. You have to give very good content. So I hope students advertising concepts and definition and types of organization that use advertising and the way it is handled has been understood at least as a starter. Okay. From here, we can continue about 15 features of advertising in our next video, and it will be very informative and useful. Do watch our next video. Thank you so much.